to encourage EV adoption, and is it in their best interest to do so? Stay tuned as we delve into these fascinating subjects and illuminate the way to a greener future. In today's video, we delve deeply into the world of electric vehicles with a particular focus on the amazing tax breaks and incentives that Canadian buyers can take advantage of. Get ready to be astounded as we unearth insider information that has the potential to completely change your perspective on EVs in Canada. First things first, please hit the subscribe button if you're new to our channel. After that, let's get started with this video. Elon Musk has stated that Tesla does not need tax credits for electric vehicles, yet governments all over the world have chosen to encourage the adoption of EVs by providing significant savings in the form of tax credits of thousands of dollars in the United States. For instance, buyers of electric cars can receive tax credits of up to $7,500, which makes the purchase of a Tesla or other electric vehicle more affordable. In contrast, Canada's tax incentives for electric vehicles are more limited, with only a few thousand Canadian dollars available in some provinces. However, there are specific conditions that allow Canadians to receive up to a 50% discount on a test drive in 2023. This strategy aims to encourage consumers to switch from traditional internal combustion engine vehicles to electric ones. This is an incredible opportunity that could save tens of thousands of dollars for many prospective buyers of electric cars and increase the accessibility of Teslas to a larger consumer base. However, before we move forward, let's take a moment to visit our website, themarketiceopen.com, instead of Yahoo Finance and Google Finance. Instant stock quotes and a plethora of financial information are available here. 15 years, all of them publicly accessible despite being recognized for having enormous oil reserves, the globe is rapidly moving toward electric vehicles, which are challenging the supremacy of fossil fuel-powered cars. Even now, most of Canada's imports of foreign oil travel to Ontario and Quebec. EVs provided the nation with a number of advantages, including as lowering reliance on foreign oil and generating jobs in industrial R&D and infrastructure development. Canada is home to a wealth of natural resources that are in great demand for the development of zero-emission electric cars. Since vehicles may greatly reduce air pollution and enhance public health, it is worthwhile for every Canadian province to invest in them. Ontario, which is home to over 40% of Canada's population, fully abandoned its electric vehicle incentive schemes in 2018, but other countries continue to invest in and promote EVs, providing long-term advantages for their residents and reducing the risk of falling behind as other countries rapidly adopt similar policies. This decision is disheartening because nuclear and hydropower are the main renewable energy sources that power Ontario's electrical grid. Even with the phase out of coal between 2005 and 2015, 10% of the grid is still powered by fossil fuels derived from natural gas. Currently, the federal government offers up to $5,000 on specific Tesla vehicle models as part of an EV incentive for residents of Ontario. This refund is valid for the all-wheel drive long-range dual-motor Model 1 as well as the rear-wheel drive Models 3 and Y. Larger all-wheel drive vehicles, especially trucks and SUVs, are popular in Canada due to the country's harsh weather conditions, which include winter snowstorms. The all-wheel drive Model Y is priced between $47,000 and $50,000 in the US, but due to the country's exchange rate, Tesla sells the all-wheel drive version for $70,000 Canadian. Even with the federal government's $5,000 rebate, this price is still considered high-end. In addition, when taking into account the 13% tax rate, the cost of electric vehicles in Ontario becomes unaffordable for many people, and they bring Quebec into the picture. However, buyers not only receive the $5,000 federal credit, but the province also offers an additional $7,000 on select models. Moving to electric vehicles is a fantastic opportunity for Quebec people to reap significant benefits. Not only are gas costs at the pump is far higher in Quebec than in Ontario, but the province also has cheap and plentiful power. A whopping 94% of its electricity comes from renewable hydro sources, while the Ontario government doesn't seem to be very concerned about the EV revolution. By providing a range of tax incentives, the Canadian government is subtly encouraging people to switch to electric vehicles. These incentives may even prove to be more beneficial than the $5,000 refund that will be provided in 2023 as a cunning move. Canada is now offering businesses that buy electric vehicles a 100% tax deduction write-off. This tax deduction is open to all businesses, not just those with incorporated businesses. The vehicles must be used primarily for business purposes and not for personal use more than 50% of the time. Additionally, the vehicles must be newly purchased or leased for at least 3 years and must be used primarily in Canada. Although there are some additional requirements listed on the government website, Qualifying for this credit isn't too difficult if you have business income. Surprisingly, the cost of the electric vehicle can be purchased at any price. The only prerequisite is that it be an eligible zero-emissions passenger vehicle, which can include fully electric or hydrogen-powered vehicles, as well as plug-in hybrids with a battery capacity of at least 7 kW. The maximum deduction allowance is, however, capped at a reasonable amount. Electric vehicles normally qualify for a 30 deduction rate under the Class 54 passenger vehicle category. This rate was formerly capped at $50,000, but as of 2023, it has been raised to $61,000. The Class 55 had the same restrictions. It includes commercial vehicles like cabs and rental automobiles also. The government is momentarily lifting the 6-month requirement for these kinds of vehicles. This rule, which typically divides the first-year deduction by 2, has been suspended so that individuals can take advantage of the full $100 deduction in the first year. This is made even more intriguing by the fact that this is the last year that these taxes are fully applicable. The option to deduct 100% of the vehicle's capital cost allowance will be phased off beginning in 2024. The deduction rate will first fall to 75% until 2026, and then to 55% until 2028. Therefore, purchasing an electric vehicle in 2023 presents the best option available and could significantly alter the purchase price for many buyers. After that, the remaining value of the vehicle will be depreciated using the traditional CCA rules. However, even these 75 and 55 deductions remain significant in the first year of purchase. Let's examine the Tesla Model Y in more detail, focusing on the extended range 2-motor all-wheel drive variant that is priced under $70,000 in Canada. This model is eligible for a $500 federal incentive or a $100 tax deductible for business purchases. However, it's crucial to remember that you can only select one of these alternatives based on your unique situation by choosing the option that makes the most sense. Customers in Canada who purchase the Model Y are eligible for a $5,000 credit, lowering the cost to $65,000 before sales tax. Let's now investigate the advantages for those buying the Model Y for business use, assuming a national tax rate of 43% and the requirement to meet the income requirement. One major benefit is that the entire car can be written off, thus basically the car is. First year it is considered an expense, and the buyer's income is reduced by $26,230, or the whole value up to a maximum of $60,000. The purchase price of the Model Y drops below $44,000, creating a massive incentive for buyers. The money saved from this deduction would be realized the following year during tax filings. These incentives outweigh the flat $5,000 incentive, although the exact value depends on individual tax rates. For example, if the marginal tax rate is 50 or higher, opting for the rear-wheel drive Model Y starting at $60,000 would make the entire car tax deductible in the first year, giving the buyer a 50% discount out. It's worth mentioning that the prices mentioned earlier don't include sales tax on the vehicle. Speaking of the $5,000 flat rate, it's important to note that the all-wheel drive Model Y falls under the SUV category, which has a maximum manufacturer's suggested retail price of $70,000. To qualify as the Model Y is priced at $69,900. There isn't much room for additional add-ons without surpassing the limit. However, a workaround is available. For example, software-based features can be added on after the car is purchased. So Tesla actively takes advantage of these discounts to benefit its customers and drive demand for Tesla vehicles. This makes electric vehicles more appealing to both individuals and businesses in Canada. Additionally, this tax incentive contributes to a more sustainable future by reducing Canada's carbon footprint and promoting North America's energy independence. It also stimulates job growth in the country. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next foreign video. This is Tesla Stock News. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel again. Although Tesla seems to keep its incentives page updated with the latest developments, it's still important to double-check the most recent government regulations before making a qualifying purchase.